Extrasensory perception. These words conjure to mind images of psychics, ghosts, men in black, and conspiracies. Reality does tend to cross those paths. Governments and civilizations have for thousands of years looked into the alluring promise of foresight into their enemy's future, speaking to the dead, or affecting the minds of other people. The fact is, there is no clear scientific way to truly understand DSP. It is, by its very nature and definition, unnatural, and therefore it defies natural sciences. To know of its importance, you have to understand a little history. Throughout history, there have been a few civilizations that have spent much of their national treasure and valuable human resources in this quest for power. The biggest three players in this game being the United States, Soviet Russia, and Nazi Germany. Paranormal research was popular in the 19th century, but fell out of favor following the end of the Victorian era. It was largely forgotten until the early 20th century in Nazi Germany. Hitler and the Nazi government committed resources and people towards the field yet again. Supposedly towards the end of the war, the upper echelons of this government, in desperation, began to put more and more resources toward their goal. Before the fall, many of these institutions were disbanded and their information destroyed, but a few records remained. It was those records, captured by the Soviet Union, that spurred them to begin their own research. It actually bore fruit. The strange experiments conducted in the Soviet Union are well known to have created the first extremely low-frequency transmitters, which allowed submarines to operate far from home and continue to communicate with their home nation. There are many forms of extrasensory perception. From the most commonly known, telepathy, or the ability to communicate mentally with another person, clairvoyance, or the ability to see objects, places, or people without actually being there, or precognition, the ability to see events before they occur. But there are many other forms that have been claimed or possibly displayed over the centuries, some less common than others, such as telekinesis, or the ability to affect objects from afar, and its close cousins, pyro and hydrokinesis, the ability to affect fire and water. The idea of parapsychology is largely believed to have developed from societies who, having lost their faith in the religion of the day, tried to find meaning to life after death, creating a parallel pseudoscience that makes just as little sense. Which may be why we as a people have begun to look more and more towards the metaphysical. As religions fall behind in keeping up with modern society, 1 in 4 American men and women have come to believe in paranormal phenomenon. This number reaches 1 in 3 in some places such as California, and it is especially prevalent amongst the younger crowd. This cultural fascination with the paranormal has spawned hundreds of mass media franchises, from the most obvious such as the mid-90s show The X-Files to the less popular but more recent show Fringe, both of which featured many aspects of extrasensory perception as an integral part of the show, presenting them in a story format that the audience could relate to.